Hey, Deadly Gamers, this is DeadlyCast Episode 5. We're your hosts, name no one chose, in the mighty Mini. We'd like to thank all of you Deadly Gamers for being with us today. Remember, Deadly Gamers, DeadlyCast is Deadly Gaming's podcast. You can find more information about our clan at DeadlyGaming.com. Make sure to check us out on our Twitter and YouTube accounts at DGClanTV. Also, like us on Facebook at Deadly Gaming Clan. The last but not least, find us live streaming on Twitch at Deadly Gaming TV, TV2, and TV3. Let's get this party started today, Minnie. The podcast will cover clan news, such as our recent broadcast, our Black Ops 2 tournament, and our Twitch shoutouts. The main focus of the podcast will be Twitch, streaming, streamers, and streamees. Before we get to that, let's have Minnie catch us up with clan news. Go ahead, Minnie.
There's a lot of stuff to talk about, actually. I think we should cover, or at least say congratulations to Whiskey Fur, because he's finally reached second lieutenant. And thank you very much for keeping our servers running smooth, along with Kudane and everyone else. I know Mixstar is working hard on the Minecraft server as well, so we'd also like to thank everyone for the donations coming in. It's our, bloodline, lifeline, or whatever, so we definitely can't survive without it.
It keeps us going.
yeah, and was it last Friday or the Friday before? We did like a Q&A.
Yeah, you had Q&A with the founders, right?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, and it was apparently $10, and every $10 donation, and Caboose and Mad would chug a beer. It was pretty intense. Wow. And I know Matt got, a little bit drunk. By a little bit, I mean a lot, so that was a lot of fun. But we did raise $110 in donations during the Q&A.
Insane.
Yeah, and but the viewers did get to win stickers and a lot of Steam games that were given out, and your cousin John About donated some games, so that was pretty cool. And
that was pretty neat.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Are the stickers new? I feel like the stickers are new. You showed me that not too long ago, right?
Yes. We opened a redbubble.com store, which makes affordable stickers, and they're pretty good quality. I put one StarCraft sticker I designed with the drone on my computer, so that was pretty fun. But I don't know if they're good for cars, because they're like on a white background. So we still need to figure out a different shop that'll have us do like a clear background.
Yeah, clear back.
Yeah, I know some people were requesting posters and stuff like that, so we're still expanding our merch store. And what was next? The Black Ops 2 tournament. Yeah. Did Fluffy win? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I heard Fluffy won it.
Fluffy. How did you do?
I didn't play in it, actually, remember? Because I worked during the weekend, so it's really hard sometimes.
Okay, well, maybe that was good, because I think everyone was afraid of you, so...
That's what I heard. They're like, he's playing. Blah, blah, blah.
Thank God hacker name no one chose with this alt button.
Oh, yeah, that's my push to talk, by the way. If anybody you see it on the stream.
Nope, toggle on.
But we need help with our event teams too, though, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
We're accepting applications. Who's running that? Is it Bent Barrel?
I believe Giga's the head of it, and Bent Barrel is sort of assisting Giga with that. And
gotcha.
I believe Razor, is it Invisibit? I think Invisibit and one other person's already applied, so they're all, hopefully getting a lot of cool stuff started up for the clan, because events are, really important for us. And I'd like to quickly congratulate a lot of new privates, actually, this month. A lot of them are from you.
I just realized that.
Your crew is Ham the God. You know what? Let me just go down the list so I don't forget anybody. Ham the God, Irish Sunburn, Ryan HDs, Hackmatic, War Machine, Raza, Buzzcut Beast, Bloody Hand 21, Chirelli, I can't pronounce his name, Karma, Luna Stone, Simic, Big Swamp, Fox Tennis, Tiki, Captain Derp, and Batman. Also, congratulations on your future Deadly Gamer.
Yeah, Batman is his wife and him are gonna have a baby boy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A little joy.
Yep, Uncle Superman, that's for sure.
Aww.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine in real life, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Minnie, this is more on your end, because I just started playing this game and I'm terrible at it. But we have a StarCraft tournament coming up.
I think you need to give yourself more credit. I think you're doing pretty well for someone that just started out. But yeah, in the future, there's going to be a StarCraft 2 tournament. We're kind of working out the, the planning for it, because I think it's going to be from bronze to gold only, because I feel like a platinum and above player will come in and just steamroll everybody, so we don't want that. Yeah, so we're probably going to make it more for the lower league, and we're kind of discussing the prize right now. There's talks about a PDP Afterglow that's been used, like barely used, mint condition. Those are the Afterglow headsets where they like glow in the dark and stuff, and they're universal. They work for the PS3, Xbox, and PC. So yeah, and they're surround sound, and they're pretty good. They've been barely used, and the other thing is we're thinking about giving away our Heart of the Swarm copy, but we're not too sure because it's like, well, they probably already have it, but there's some people that might have only Wings of Liberty, so.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
Yep.
I know they were on sale. I think
Not
one was.
anymore.
No, well, there was. They were on sale.
Yeah,
That's whenever I actually got it. It's the whole reason why I got it. But yeah, I'm trying to, like I said, it's a work in progress on that end. I'm definitely more of a first-person shooter player.
I think you're doing good in the RTS field for what it's worth.
Now, we have so many streamers now, and it's awesome. I love the fact that we have so many. It's better to network. We get more viewership out there. We can put DeadlyGaming all over the map on all different sorts of games. We're going to put, I think we talked about just a second ago, we're going to put the streamers that we have for DeadlyGaming under the bottom of the YouTube description so that everybody can have a chance to go at those. What all are we streaming?
A lot of stuff, I think a little bit of here and there, but you know, the main games are Black Ops 2, Battlefield 3, Minecraft, StarCraft 2. Like I said, a lot more. And I know some people are kind of stuck in the cube world addiction too. But that's about it, I think. Yeah.
That's pretty good. And like I said, I'm glad that's going because it's a great direction for us to be headed. It gets our name out there. Let's move on to the main topic, which is streaming and Twitch. Twitch more so, I think, because there used to be owned 3D or own TV.
Yeah, that went down.
Yeah, I was actually streaming on that before I ever knew about. Yeah, because I heard of Justin TV, but I was like, whatever. But I assume that's the same thing as Twitch. I don't know. But I was on own TV before that or whatever, and then I found out it, went down. But talking about streaming in general, if you look at it, it's changed the entire platform of gaming, at least online, because now everybody can watch it. It brings communities closer. The comparisons and that we have, this player and this player, you can now see it live. Watch these two players go at it. Different game companies are putting, integration for Twitch into things. I mean, look at Black Ops 2. There's a thing that says live stream right there.
Yep.
And if you look at, you're saying how far it's come since Pong.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking like the first game, Pong.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the first games, and I believe that was Activision, if I remember correctly.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because the father of gaming, because the reason I know this because I was in the gaming and simulation programming field for a little bit in school. So the very first game ever was 2 dots on a screen. Right. One could turn faster, one can move faster, and they considered it a cat and mouse game. And it looked like Pong as far as like the black and white little thing, and they'd chase each other. And the cat would have to catch the mouse. The mouse had better turning, the cat was faster. And that's how you played it. It was actually really cool. But I mean, you look at how far it's come since then, and all the difference. You go from, back in the day, a nerd was looked down upon, picked on, whatever, and now everybody's a nerd. I mean, that's
okay. Well, nerd use loosely the term,
geek, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, because I was considered a jock in high school, but I played games. So I played a lot of football, track, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But my cousin always says, "You're the coolest jock I've ever met," as in like the nerdiest jock, because I played games all the time. That was back when Call of Duty 1 was prevalent for me, and I just played that a lot. But it's come a lot. You got a lot of people streaming on Xbox now. You have people that are younger than teenage years streaming. I mean, it's crazy how the difference in the age bracket that's come up now, because now you don't have to have be super set up and old, or even like the younger, I guess you'd say the higher age teenagers, 17 to 19 would probably be your most prevalent streamers, I guess, because they have a lot of home time.
Right.
But I mean, it's gone crazy with that. Especially with the Xbox, doing their thing with the capture cards that allowed the porting over.
Right. It's going to get worse with the Xbox One and PS4 integrating it directly. So there's just going to be like a lot of streamers that you have to weed through or whatever. So that's going to be very interesting.
Now, this has just recently gone through, and we even talked about it briefly even before talking about the topic for this podcast, but you can get work visas for gaming.
Right. if you're a professional athlete, I guess in esports, you can actually get a visa to compete, and they're thinking that it's going to become an Olympic sport in the future.
That's crazy.
That's amazing. Like, it's kind of like mixed feelings about it, but I think that's amazing for esports for sure. So you see bigger companies like Red Bull getting into it now. So
yeah. And if you look at the international, it just happened with Dota.
Right.
You know, that
500,000 people. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all combined.
Was it 1.3 million prize pool?
I don't know. That's a lot of money.
Stupid high, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. You know, all the stuff that went down. You know, how much people watching it, the way they're integrating it into their game, to where you can watch it live.
Yeah.
You know, and spectate.
I was over at my friend's house, and we were watching the invitationals, but the Twitch stream was lagging so bad that they were like, you know what, forget it, let's just go watch it in the game. And I was like, what are you guys talking about? I was like, yeah, you can spectate the tournament in the in-game spectator mode. And I was like, what?
So crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know. It was so crystal clear. Like, the quality was just amazing. I felt like I was watching it live or whatever, you know?
Oh yeah. Now, enough of like the streaming in general. You know, we're kind of talking about it, but we want to help people out who want to stream.
Yeah.
So kind of give it some helpful hints on like how to stream. There's the two main things that I've heard of. It's XSplit and OBS, right? I know if there's another one.
Software, yeah.
Yeah. I know there's another one, but I haven't heard too much about it, and I don't think it's widely used.
There's like little programs out there, like before streaming got big, and as streaming got bigger, there were more programs and hardware readily available for people that want to live stream. So back in the day, you'd have to use things like I believe it's like Adobe FME or something like that. I forget what it stands for. Media encoder or something like that. And that was really kind of weird to use. And Wirecast, which was a program you had to pay for, it was like $500. Stuff like that. But now there's XSplit and OBS, and those are the two main programs that, professional live streamers or whatever are using. So
yeah, and XSplit you can purchase. It has a free version that you can use, and it goes up to 25 FPS and certain qualities. It restricts you quite a bit.
It's not bad, but
yeah, no, it's not bad. I mean, I've tried it, but XSplit is more CPU intensive. So if you don't have, and I say decent, but if you don't have a computer that can handle XSplit, because it runs like it's a giant mouse taking all your wheel, all your cheese from your computer. Sure. But OBS isn't as strong as far as like running wise on your CPU, but it does eat up your internet. I mean, your bandwidth gets completely sucked the life out of. I mean, because I can stream in 720 on XSplit, but I can't in OBS.
Right, so you've tested it, yeah.
Yeah, I've gone back and forth, and I'm currently using OBS just because it's a lot easier for me, like creating quick scenes and stuff, sources. It's to me, it seems a little bit faster than XSplit setting up. But yeah, I mean, you said the recommendation for streaming is you have at least an i5 CPU, which is i5 Pentium quad core. Yeah, standard.
Yeah. And also, I know there's a lot of people that stream Black Ops, and I've noticed personally for myself, I have an i5 3570K CPU that's been overclocked to 4.0, and then I've got the 670 GTX graphics card, and considering that, that's a pretty decent computer. I should be able to play, Black Ops Ultra quality or whatever just fine. But when I stream, oh no, I can't. I have to use OBS whenever I stream Black Ops. Like, I can't use XSplit. It just won't let me.
Crazy.
It's too laggy. Like, when I play the game, it drops down to like 40 frames per second when I'm, shooting my gun. So that's unbearable, really. Especially if you're using an assault rifle. I can't do it. So at least with OBS, I get like over 100 frames when I'm shooting my assault rifle. So stuff like that.
You want over 100, especially even with your streaming. So make sure you're running about 100 plus frames.
Yep.
You said another alternative to obtaining to do this is using an AverMedia Live Gamer.
Yeah, that's like a dedicated card just for streaming, where it uses all of the power on the card, and so that your graphics card and your CPU is freed up to do things. So it's kind of like having a separate little streaming station almost. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And some helpful information to give out there. You want to make sure that when you're streaming, you are an entertainer, right? I mean, if you're a mediocre, no-name person, and they may get bored easily if you're not, being interactive with the stream as far as the chat. Make sure that you're interacting with them. Having a webcam will help as well, because then they can see a face. They can be like, hey, as you talk to them through the stream, they'll be like, cool, he's talking to me, and I can actually tell he's putting towards it. And plus, facial features are funny. Sometimes when I die, you'll see me, purse my lips together real quick. It's like, oh, or when you get mad. Some people rage. I tend to not be a big rager. I can get mad sometimes, but There's a few in the clan that I'm surprised that we don't really rage that much. I think it's Nightmare would be one of them.
Nightmare never. He like sits there and laughs and he goes oops and then starts giggling. So
Yeah.
yeah, he never rages.
But yeah, I mean, some people will play on that rage though because they think it's funny. That's their character.
That
but be a character.
It appeals to the younger crowd, unfortunately. Like there's this one WoW streamer named Soda Poppin', and one time he had like a ton, like thousands of viewers because he said that he'd shave his head and like, diet or something like that. I forgot what happened, but he got like hundreds, thousands of dollars also in donations, but like that attracts like the teenage boys that are like super immature. And he was over at DreamHack and his fan base or whatever just loves to bug the crap out of him. Like they were throwing things at him and it's just so disrespectful. So if you want to attract that kind of crowd, by all means do like that kind of stuff. But
yeah, that's not me. I mean, I don't need to shave my head. I already do that.
Yeah.
But like whenever you're streaming too, because it'd be more helpful, you got to market yourself. I mean, you can't just stick with Twitch and then hope somebody will hop on there randomly.
Right, exactly.
While you're in game, post up your link.
Right.
Whenever you're, have different social media things, like Facebook, YouTube, use Twitter. Twitter's a big thing you could be using to be helpful. I know you use it for DeadlyGaming quite often.
Yep, I try to.
Yeah, and I mean, I can see it on our shout box in our forums that it's constantly popping up and stuff. So that's always good. That's just how to stream. Use XSplit OBS, trying to be helpful to those who want to branch out.
Right.
Now, figuring out what you want to stream, that can be totally different. But there's certain games that are more popular than others, and I'll let you tell them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the streamers that get the most views, for some odd reason, it's League of Legends, StarCraft 2, World of Warcraft, Dota 2, Minecraft, COD, and DayZ. Like, if you look at the Twitch streams, those are constantly the ones that are on top of the list. And unfortunately, those are the games that will get you the viewers, because the viewers that's what they want to see. So you kind of have to fall on the bandwagon. But occasionally we get YouTube celebrities like CNanners who comes on and streams something random. Then they already have their YouTube viewership that come to watch them. So that's a different story. But I think those are like the top games right now that people are streaming on a daily basis. So having consistent schedule also helps, at least like a couple hours a day, and then people keep coming back and wanting more. So that's really important.
Yeah, and I mean, on here you even put that you'll get a lot more viewers when you're playing Black Ops than you will, for example, a single-player game. And I mean, that's fine because they want to see something that's more interactive.
Right.
And I've seen streamers that'll play with their viewers, which is really cool. And I've started to do that with a couple of my viewers.
Yeah.
I'll play with them, which is really good, because that helps being more personable and showing that you'll be there and you don't mind streaming with them, and they can feel like they're getting something out of it too. Like, look, I'm on his stream, so I'm popular too. I know it sounds weird, but that can easily go along with it. And you look at like who is streaming, and the top names in streaming right now, you said League, Dota, StarCraft 2 pro players. If you're funny and quirky, people may stick around and watch you, even though you may not be the best at a game. But on the flip side, if you're really good at a game and you're stone-faced, they may not watch you either. And so, you got to be...
Right. You got players like... Idra, who's a famous StarCraft 2 player, he never talks during his streams. Like, he's been recently commentating more, but he would just sit there and just have, like, a poker face the whole time, and he'll get thousands of viewers because they want to see him in his skill. So that's a part of it. Yeah.
But, I mean, imagine if he was more receptive to his chat and stuff, or was able to commentate as much.
He loves being the bad boy of esports, so he's everybody loves to hate on him, so that's his, shtick or whatever. Poor guy.
that's what he likes.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. That's, with what Hugh's streaming and stuff, you look at some people get stream viewers simply because of their sex.
Unfortunately.
And those are girl gamers.
That's such a controversial subject because it makes me really angry that there's so many idiotic females out there that just are absolutely horrible at the game, and their cam is just like pointed to their large chest, and like there's a player named Poopsie, just right there, and there's like a lot of porn stars actually that kind of spilled over to the esports where they're playing League of Legends and StarCraft, even though I guess because they just get popular off it. Like one of them's, what's her name? I forget. It doesn't even matter, but it's a controversial subject, and everybody knows how much I hate it because it's just so annoying, and shame on you if you give them any attention, because that's the only reason why they're so successful is because of the viewers that give them that attention. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it
really,
doesn't
you're not
help.
going to get anything out of it.
It doesn't
If
help.
they can't put porn on the stream,
Right,
so
yeah, no, you'll get
don't watch.
banned. Yeah, but I feel like a lot of people look at me and think, oh, she probably just has thousands of followers because she's a girl. It's like, that's not
No,
even
it's
true. I
you're
mean,
very interactive. You're
yeah.
actually good at the games you play. There's a difference in what.
Yeah, but a lot of it had to do with networking because I reached out
Yeah.
to other streamers and they came out here and like they'll stop by and say hi and we like tweet each other out and stuff like that. So that's where networking becomes really important. It
Yeah,
really does.
I was gonna, I can actually we're just getting networking now. I was gonna do it towards the end of it, but that
Oh.
it's a perfect segue into networking because just recently I started networking
Right.
with another streamer, and
Call.
yeah, that's the wife. No.
Oh, you better
What's going on?
answer.
I told you what's going on. No, I hung up. All right, so
Deal with that later.
yeah, she'll get home and be like, "Why'd you hang up?"
Oh shit.
But no, like I recently started with this gentleman that I met in the game named Affinity, right? Well, I didn't know, I just played against him or whatever, and immediately, the only reason why I stream in the first place is because people call me a cheater. So I'm like, look, I'm not cheating, here you go. So, of course, somebody on his stream saying I was cheating, right? Or was playing with him said I was cheating. So I posted my link, I know I'm streaming, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, oh, I'm streaming too. I'm like, well, cool, that's good. I'm glad you're streaming. It's cool. We're having a stream fight,
Right.
whatever. Well,
Stream fight.
come to find out, a lot of people started watching both of our streams then right after that because I was a good player. I actually beat him, and they weren't expecting it, because
Right.
he typically wins his matches as far as I could tell.
Right.
And I beat him. It's a good map, and I did well. And so they started watching me. And so at one point I had up to, I think, close to 30.
Yeah, I saw
top,
that.
and it went down to like
I saw
22
that,
on
yeah.
consistent. But I had 22 viewers, which is high for me. I mean, I typically run around the 5-8 range, maybe lower, it depends. But I would say I average about 5 on the peak time. And so I had 20 plus. I was like, wow, this is cool. I was like, I can interact with them more. I can talk. I'm streaming, and then I ended up playing with this guy, right? So now we're playing together because he's like, why don't you join with me? So I'm playing with him. We're on both streams. I got all this stuff going, and then, that increased my base by I think 10 maybe more followed me right after that, which I'm sure were mostly his followers, but I now have 10 more followers that I didn't have before,
Right.
simply because hopping on the stream. And he's got 450 followers with like 12,000 views or 10,000 views, something like that.
Right.
I'm nowhere near that. I'm barely at 48, I think, last I looked. But I mean, I grew 10 just for playing a game with somebody, popping my stream out there to network. And now, when I hop on, he wants to play with me so we can have more.
Right.
And then it brought me into this new feature into Twitch, what I didn't know was there. It's called multi-streaming.
Right.
And so it had his stream and my stream up on the same page, and everybody can talk to us. So you can watch it in 2 different cycles. So we're on the same team playing, and say we're in a objective-oriented game. You can see 2 different angles of this fight, which is really cool. And so we did that, and then we had as many as 3 at one point. Now you probably want to kill the sound. You don't want to get all the sound from all of them, but.
Yeah.
You can at least watch it, which is really neat. So you can listen to who you want to listen to at the time, and whatnot. But that kind of networking is very helpful. Yep. So find somebody else who's streaming the same thing, play with them, work with them. It creates a giant viewer base for that group of people, and it's really helpful. And that'll help you in the future. And to kind of help segue, what do you think it will be like in the future for streaming? It's going to be huge, right? I mean,
It's kind of huge, don't you think? I mean, people are making a career out of it. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at next-gen consoles.
Yeah.
The PS4 and Xbox One are going to have a button that says, "Hey, let's stream." It's crazy. Let's immediately put everything on YouTube.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's all right at a touch of one button, and it's insane. We're going through all this work now. Imagine they're making it so much easier in the future. Well, if you want to get into it, you got to do it now because you're behind.
It's just gonna be a sea of like people, and it's kind of like a double-edged sword almost, because I'm kind of happy to see that, but also kind of worried, because there's just gonna be so much things you have to weed through, and like there are people out there that deserve the fame more than others, but they can't get it because they just can't get that viewership,
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate, but it's gonna happen. There's no way you can stop it, unfortunately. So, if you're really interested in streaming, just do it for the fun. It can be discouraging when nobody's watching you, but I think in the long run, you know, deep inside, as long as you're happy you're streaming and, you know, you just do what you do because you love it, I think it'll work out better for you in the end instead of doing it just because you want the viewership, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I agree, because you want to do it for yourself
Hobby,
first,
yeah.
and do it for them second.
Right,
You
right.
know, and I stream, like I said, mostly because I don't want to be called a cheater, and I hate being called a cheater.
Yeah.
Called it forever, and I'm just,
Yeah.
look, guys, watch it. Shut up. Basically, it's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So, you know, the ones watching all the time may not necessarily like me, you know,
Right,
but
right.
I was like, just watch it and please.
But they're just
you know.
jealous, so.
Yeah,
I-
they're all
yeah.
jelly.
They're all jealous, yeah. I like that one quote. I forget. It's from this. Sorry, I think this is like a really good quote, at least. It's from The Libertine. Basically, you know, people that hate you more than likely are just jealous of you, and you know, those that are jealous will learn to like you in 5 years, and the stupid will never like you. You know, so I kind of like that quote. It's basically like haters gonna hate. You know, so don't let that discourage you for sure.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it. You look towards the future. There's even celebrities streaming now, and you sent me a link to Soulja Boy playing Black Ops 2 on his Xbox.
Oh my god, so funny. That was.
And
I hate myself for finding that hilarious. Like I'm mad at myself for actually being amused as Soulja Boy running around with a red dot vector and just dying every 2 seconds. He's like,
yeah, he's pretty terrible.
yeah, he's like, hey yo, where'd you get that shield from? I got it from Walmart. And he's like, damn, I want one of those. And it's just like, it's so funny. Just like, never in my life would I have ever thought like a mainstream rap star would be streaming Black Ops. You know what I mean?
And it won't take long for him to get his viewer base, right?
He already has 4,000 followers. He already has 4,000 followers, and most of the people are there probably to make fun of him. Honestly, it's just like, he's god awful at Black Ops. Like every 2 seconds, he's dead. It's just like really, with the Vector on the console with the red dot Vector laser sight, you'd think you know stay alive for a couple times. Nope, just like every second he's just dead. It's just
so funny.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
You know, and you can talk about your personal experience, because you said there's a time where you just or no viewers, just playing, stream, and then
I was streaming. I remember this specifically because I was just streaming Mass Effect by myself and had like no viewers, but I was just talking to myself like I normally do. You know, it was a little bit sad, but I had one guy come in and he was like talking with me, and he'd come back every day just to see how I was doing in Mass Effect. So we kind of like almost like playing Mass Effect together, as silly as that sounds, right? And then eventually kind of grew into going into DayZ, and then DayZ got me like a lot of my followers because I wasn't an idiot about it. Like I actually played DayZ, and not like all the other people that just ran around screaming at everybody, right? But that's where most of my viewership came from, was just like streaming DayZ on a daily basis. And you know, before I knew it, I had like thousands of followers, and then like that one night I got really drunk that one night on Black Ops. I was drinking whiskey. It was a bad idea. I got trashed, and unfortunately, the big time streamer Towley came by my stream. I don't know if you know who Towley is. He's like a really big time streamer for WoW. He has like 100K followers, and then he put me on his network. His like Towley Hammer Squad, and that's where like now the followers are kind of like flowing in. So it's stuff like that. You just cut yourself a break, you know. So networking, so important.
It's all about networking.
Yeah.
I need to branch out everywhere I can to start doing that, because that's where it's going to be for streaming in the future. If you want to be, you know, get into it now if you can.
Yep.
But network, that way you got something, a solid base to go from whenever the whole masses join.
Also, really quick, make sure you go back and like anytime you feel like you did something really funny, highlight it, upload it on YouTube. Like you just don't know if anyone's gonna see it, but like it's really important. So I always, after I stream, it's a habit for me to go back the next day, pick out what I thought was funny, and then highlight it and then upload it. And also the cool thing Twitch added recently was chat activity graphs. So when you look back at any time where there's a lot of chat activity, which mostly is people something laughing or saying LOL or something like that, you can go back and see why there's so much chat activity. So that also helps, yeah. Because I had a couple people come in and like say, hey, you're that girl with the Slender Man video or whatever. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I think YouTube helps, Twitter helps, Facebook helps. So yeah. For sure.
All right, and like we said, we're going to put on the bottom, because we've got a ton of streamers with Deadly Gaming, we're going to put everybody on the bottom of the YouTube description, so you can look at any of the links, see what they're streaming, you know, really get in with us. You know, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here, but, you know, we definitely enjoy you guys here with us. So remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and always vote top 100. Now, this is Name No One Chose alongside Minnie. We're signing off and thanking everyone for listening, watching, and allowing us to invade your gaming space. Always remember to tune in, frag on, and stay deadly.
Bye.
Take care.